Hello, everybody, and welcome to Drunk Science, sort of episode 4. We're going to try something a little new today, where this is more or less raw video. It's been unedited, and it's just kind of stream of consciousness thinking. So it's going to be kind of a mini episode. And what I want to talk about, because I just came from seeing a really great blues band in a bar, is pop music and why we find it so enjoyable, even though it's clearly simplistic and predictable music. Well, actually, the entire point that we enjoy pop music is because it is so simplistic and predictable. You see, when you're listening to music, your brain is constantly predicting what it thinks is going to happen just a split second before it happens, right? And when your brain is correct, it really enjoys that. So it releases a little bit of dopamine, right? Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that basically comes out every time something happy happens. There's a lot of dopamine release. For example, when you're eating like dark chocolate, that's a big trigger for dopamine. It's one of the reasons that a lot of narcotics work is dopamine levels. Dopamine has a whole lot to do with a lot of different things, including things like anxiety and depression and all of that stuff, as well as other neurotransmitters like serotonin and everything. But that's beside the point. But getting back to the pop music, so you listen to the pop music and your brain is constantly guessing at what's going to happen, but because it's such simplistic, repetitive, and the key thing here is predictable music, your brain is usually right. So you're constantly getting that little fire of dopamine going in your nervous system, and your brain loves that. Your whole nervous system just loves it. It's literally getting high off of being correct about where the music is going. So that is why we keep listening to pop music, even if we don't really like it. You know, it comes on the radio and you don't turn it off. And that's because you're literally getting high to it. It's triggering the same sort of reaction that a lot of opiates have. That's why things like heroin and opium and morphine and all of these things are so addictive, is because it's producing the same reaction, but on a much larger scale. So pop music is addictive in a very mild sense, but you know, it's not going to be the next heroin. But that's kind of like a rough summary of why pop music is so catchy. It's because your brain is literally getting high to it because it is so predictable and you can guess where it's going. So, I mean, kind of makes you reconsider a lot of top 40 hits, you know, in light of that, especially since there's been recent news about record companies paying off radio stations to play their music and such like that. But that's for a different time. But as always, please remember to subscribe, because this is a very patchy upload schedule, so you'll know when the next one comes out. And as always, again, any suggestions for the next video are welcome in the comments section, and I will see what I can do as far as a new video coming up. And you guys have a great night. See ya.